Okay, everyone. This is Vince from Listings to Leads, and it's our Monday morning call, and today it's the getting started call. So most of you are new that are going to be looking at this, and some of you are on the call. I can see are new, and there's a lot to the platform. When we look at our core system, where there are a lot of tools to market listings, there are a lot of tools to get listings, and we're going to cover we're going to go pretty quickly over them, but we're going to kind of go in it in kind of four sections here, okay? So I want you to understand that. I'm going to log in now. And when you sign up, you actually get your own login, your own ID and password. But our support people set up the bulk of this, right? They set up your account and you know they get kind of everything going there. But you need to know how things work, and that's the purpose of this call. And there may be a little bit more that you want to do. So that's why we're going to go over the system right now. Let's see here. I'm just trying to get into my account. Great. So if you have questions, there is a chat panel here on the GoToMeeting. Please put them in there, and I will kind of jump into them when I take a little breath now and then, okay? But you're going to kind of do this in four sections. We're going to talk about the profile. We're going to talk about the template. That's going to be the first 30 minutes because that's really setup. And then we're going to talk about um, our core tools for marketing listings. In the last few minutes, we'll talk about Facebook and seller lead generation. Okay, how to get listings. First of all, when you log in, there's always a pop-up right here, and you can see that there's actually the getting started, and that's kind of what we're talking about. But we also kind of put our latest ideas up on the top of this. And there's a recorded webinar from Shannon Pyatt. If any of you are learning or trying to learn about how to apply real estate marketing to Facebook, that is a really awesome recorded webinar there. And clearly our tools are being used in that, and I'm going to point that out to you. But you know, there's the how-to and the step-by-step, and I'm going to point out where that is. But there's the broader strategy of how to make Facebook work. And Shannon is really applying what we've been teaching for a while and getting outstanding results. So you can get the nuts and bolts. I'm going to point you where the nuts and bolts are, but you really got to get the broader strategy down if you really want to command Facebook and really impact your business. So if you click to the left of that, that closes that out. And right here is getting started. Now we're going to kind of go over a little bit of this right now. Our support people do the basic getting started. Facebook is just what we were talking about, Shannon Pyatt, how to create a landing page, which landing page to use, and how to put that landing page on Facebook. And another interview with Melanie Banks, who also uses our strategy and gets tremendous results. You'll see what they're both doing in common, and you should know what they're both doing in common. Because there are some of us that will go in and run a couple ads and not get really terrific results. And there are others of us who will really embrace this strategy, approach it the way we do, and get outstanding results. And that's what we like to see. There's a whole open house. There's a series of tools to market open houses, whether they are yours or not. You can see them under this green button. And then there's a listing presentation. You download it. You can customize it. You can put your own logo and all the instructions, and the tools are right there under that page. So where we're going to go now is the profile. And when you sign up, you kind of answer a couple questions, and we put things together in there. And our support people will put your information, right? They'll put your picture in there. We'll get your email. And one thing worth knowing is that we have multiple spots for emails. And this is your core email, and you can say, I want my leads to go here. But you might want another email and say, hey, I want just my tools, my marketing tools to go to this person. And I also want my leads to get copied over to this person. So you can kind of, get the emails coming from listings to leads out in various directions. This stuff here, you don't need to worry too much about. MLS ID and data participant ID is what we use when we want to map your listings in. In many cases, we can if your MLS works with ListHub. A new feature here is to display Zillow reviews. You can check this box. If you have reviews on Zillow, they will be auto-populated to the tools on listings to leads. We do have an IVR and 800 number call capture. There is a separate page. I'll show you where that is to sign up for that. And then we have various color schemes, and usually when you sign up, we're going to look at your company and your website, and we're going to kind of choose something that fits what we see you using currently. And then these colors flow through all of our marketing tools. The other piece here, and our support people set it up, is this is the automation. So we're going to show you a few tools in a little bit here, and a lot of those tools get emailed directly to you. And that's great, but you want to make sure that you have this box checked, their instructions. I'll show you what those tools look like. They're awesome. You can connect to your YouTube channel here by clicking this button, and it's a link that says click to authorize, and if you're logged into YouTube, it'll take you to a place to grant access. And we have instructions. If you don't have, you might have multiple channels on YouTube. That's usually a common sort of error. And you need the videos to go to the right channel. Just email support. I think we've got some YouTube instructions to help you set a new default on YouTube so that your videos go to the right channel. You can also connect to Wise Agent, Top Producer, put your social media links here, and then just update and save, okay? So you set up your profile once, you don't really need to come back to it. If you do have a team name, you can type it in here, you can check this box here, and that will replace your name with your team name on all the marketing pieces. So we want to set up the profile, then we want to go to the template. So I'm going to click on my template tab up on the top, and we're going to kind of set this up for you. Sometimes it's not right because you might have something unusual that you weren't able to put in when you registered. But we're going to put your logo, we're going to put your banner and things like that we see when you sign up. But the most important part here is actually the section called links and landing pages. It's the button right above your logo. And I'm going to point it out, but before I go into how this piece works, I'm going to jump over to listings. And we're going to talk about real quickly some of the listing tools, okay? And the reason being is that when we create our tools, and we've been doing this since we started, we know that not everybody that sees your listings want to buy your home, right? We just know that. And you know that. The majority of people don't want to buy it for whatever reason. So when we click on, and you can see we've got all these tools, we're going to dive into them a little bit in just a few minutes here, but I'm going to click on this single property website for this home in Maple Grove. So what we do is we do the obvious stuff for real estate marketing, right? We put the address and we put the price and we put the photographs and the bedrooms and your contact information, obviously. But you know in real estate marketing that people really don't want to call you, right? What they want is they want to look at property. So if they're looking at this property and they say, hey, I like it, well, I can schedule a showing and then follow this home. But the majority of people won't for whatever, hundreds of reasons. So they can click on links like these that say, since this home is in Maple Grove, we can say Maple Grove homes for sale, Maple Grove homes under 500K, search all homes, and we got one here, what is your home worth? So when we click on Maple Grove homes for sale, we can take people off of our ad, which could be our virtual tour. We were just looking at the single property website. It could be an e-flyer, and it could be a Facebook ad for that listing. It could also be a blog post, and it could also be a mobile website for your listing. So all these ways to market the listing, but if they don't want that, we can drive them right off of our tool to your website. Now this is a Keller Williams website, and that's great. But if you've got a good solid website that you want to drive traffic to, you do it by creating links inside listings to leads, and you associate them with your listing. So let's go back now to the template page in listings to leads, and let's talk about how do we create those links, right? Because the best place to do it is actually in the template. You can do it down on the listings page, but I'm going to click here because you can really see where you can do this all at once and then have it automatically running, okay? So I've got links here. It's in section 1, create direct links to your website. And you can see search all homes is driving to my website. I've got it checked over here, which means include for all. And that means that's going to be a default link for all my listings. Now, some of my homes are for sale in Lafayette. So I want a Lafayette homes for sale. I want it to drive to my Lafayette homes on my website. And I've chosen this drop down so the next time I get a listing in Lafayette, it's going to boom, put that link name driving to that page right on the side of my ad, okay? Now, Release Valley is a super hot area in Lafayette. Beautiful homes. I know people like to look there. So anytime I sell a home in Lafayette, I also want a link that says Release Valley Homes for sale, and I want it to drive to those homes there. Okay. Let's see. Somebody's saying I can't see your page. So I'm going to go here. Can't see what you're doing. Lynn, I am showing my screen, and I got everything running. So I'm not sure what to tell you there. Everyone else, if you can see my screen, please let me know, but I know we kind of did this a little bit earlier. Okay, good. Great. Okay, so we create links, and the link building is really powerful. We've got a large percentage of people that look at our tools actually click these links and get off of our tools to your website. So you want to build links, obviously, for the cities where you have your homes for sale. If you've got unique neighborhoods, you might want to put those neighborhoods in there if they're really hot selling neighborhoods. If you've got areas, if you've got price points that are really valuable in your market, right? Here, for instance, homes might sell, they just fly off the shelves under 300,000, but over 300,000, they sit on the market for months. Well, you probably want a link that says, I don't know, Concord homes under 300K or something like that. You can create those links here. You can have them auto-associated at the right time, and that's what you do, right? You auto-associate them by choosing this. So when we are looking at that, we create all the links here, and that's really, you kind of do this early. You shouldn't have to come back to this page too much because you've created the automation. But when your listings come in, the newest listing is going to come to the top, okay? And the first thing you want to check is, hey, I've got a new listing. Let me click this green button to select the lead generation links. And here's where you say, okay, well, I've got a few links. I got one for Abingdon, but here's a really awesome neighborhood in Box Hill. I know people like that. And I also know they like Abingdon Autumn Homes, right? So I'm going to check those, and I've got this other one here, homes for what, what is your home worth? I'm going to get rid of Bel Air, and I'm going to get rid of, actually, I've got doubled up links here. So when you save it, you save the links, and all these links flow through all the tools for listings to leads. And that's the key, that's a really important piece to what listings to leads does. So those are kind of the setup things, right? Check out your profile, make sure you got everything, your YouTube going, your social stuff going. Go to your template. We're going to set up your banner, your logo, but you want to make sure you got the right links to get the maximum lead generation from all your listings, okay? So now that we've got that setup done, let's talk about the core tools, and we can see them all here. I'm going to close this real quick. And just a reminder, if you've got questions at any time, put them in the chat panel and I'll answer them. So when we look at these tools, the first thing is the Edit Enhance Listing button. This is where you want to go if you want to enter a open house, if you want to upload new photographs, if you want to change a price, if you want to change any of the kind of the details on the home, go there. When you want to select the lead generation links like we just did, you click this button here. And then we start getting into the tools that are really marketing. Now we looked at this one first, single property website. We looked at it a minute ago, but we'll look at it again. And what you really want to do with this is if you're going to be sharing things to your social networks, this is a good tool, right? Because this is the home, there's the photographs, lots of information, lots of links driving to your website, and right underneath your name are buttons to share. So you can share to Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, all the important websites, social networking sites, and that's a single property website, and share that. This single property website actually gets emailed automatically to you, and you can share it from your email. You don't even have to log in after a while to do that. The virtual tour is also auto-generated, okay? So we're auto-generating a virtual tour from the MLS photos. If you've got a really nice home or you have professional photographs, you can also upload them. But when we click the virtual tour here, the branded virtual tour is really the one we want you to use because at Listings to Leads, we focus on lead generation. So this virtual tour, there are a series of them, right? There are multiple ones. You should look at them all and see which one you like the most and then copy the link. And depending on what company you're with, you should put this link in a particular place. So let's pay attention to this part, right? let's say you are with an independent brokerage, right? Boutique brokerage somewhere in the country. Copy the branded virtual tour, put it directly on your listing on Zillow and Trulia. If you're a showcase real estate agent on Realtor.com, there's a button for you to check to put it on Realtor.com automatically. We do it for you. You don't have to do anything. But the instructions on how to put it on Zillow and Trulia are right here underneath these two buttons here that say Zillow and Trulia. And that's pretty much what we tell you to do. We don't really recommend taking that unbranded one and putting it out because it's informational, but it doesn't capture leads, right? If you're with one of the Realogy brands like Century 21, Coldwell Banker, ERA, Sotheby's, take the branded virtual tour and put it in your Crest system. They'll syndicate it for you. If you're with Keller Williams, take the branded virtual tour and put it in KWLS, okay? And then we auto upload to YouTube, but if you need to actually do it manually because maybe you've connected YouTube after the fact, you can just click the YouTube button under number 2 and then click this blue button to generate the video and upload to YouTube, okay? And that's it. So I see some questions here. Something must be wrong with my computers. Now I see a screen won't change where you are. I'm still on the first screen. Hey everybody, can you see my screen moving around? Because it looks to me like I'm moving. I'll leave this open. Give me a second, Lynn. Yep, it does look like it's going pretty well. I don't have anything on pause, so it looks fine. Yeah. What's this? Yeah, it looks fine in Canada, so if it's fine in Canada, they're pretty far away. You might have a slow computer, you might have a lot of things running, Lynn. You might try to shut down a couple of applications. That's what it sounds like to me. Okay? So we're going back to the listings page, and we're going to talk about what are the core tools, right? If I got listings, what do I got to do? Well, first, set the lead generation links, right? 2, share your single property website. 3, get your virtual tour out to get syndicated. YouTube, you're going to set up on your profile. And the next section here is really important. These 2 blue buttons are e-flyers and Facebook. If you're new to us, e-flyers are totally different from what anything you've seen. So let's click on the e-flyer button and let's talk about what we do in e-flyers. There are a couple of significant things regarding e-flyers that we do that I know no other company actually does. One is, inside the e-flyer, we have all those same lead generation links that I keep talking about, okay? So you actually want to get the e-flyer out in front of people because it can actually help generate leads. 2, we send e-flyers out on the same home multiple times. They're different though, and you can't quite see it here because it's kind of like small thumbnails. But we have a just listed e-flyer, we have a single property website e-flyer, a virtual tour flyer, we have an open house flyer, pending, we have it even active contingent or under contract, just sold, and even price reduced. And the point is that there are, all across the country, inventory is still super tight. I was just speaking to somebody in Tennessee just a couple hours ago. She's like, yeah, we got so many buyers, but so few homes. So market the same home multiple times. You can even market a home coming soon. You just go in there and manually put it in there. And here's the thing. When we look at these flyers, we've got a series of links, right? Lead generation links, and we got our contact info, we got information on the house. But we also have this really important message, and here's another piece that's different. We're not just trying to generate leads, we're also trying to get referrals. So every e-flyer that goes out talks about you. In this case, it's talking about me. We hired Vincent Meza, dear friends, we hired Vincent Meza at Lafayette Realty. And he's created this and other tools to market the home. If you could help us, by sharing this with as many people as possible, it'd be awesome, right? So we're trying to take e-flyers and make them viral. What do you have to do with them? First of all, what you should know is these flyers go automatically to your email, okay? You're gonna get an e-flyer like this and a Facebook ad at the very same time talking about the very same house at the very same status. We want you to send both of them to your client and pick up the phone for 5 seconds and say, hey, I just sent you an e-flyer and a Facebook tool. If you could put that Facebook tool on your wall and you could send that flyer out, that'd be awesome. We're doing all kinds of other things, and we're marketing your home, but we want to get more people to see it. sell it faster at the price you want, right? And that's great because there's tons of information on the home. Your clients are going to be happy about that. There's a lot of lead generation built in. But your clients, friends, and family and colleagues are going to start seeing these messages coming out multiple times, right? From them, not from you. And those are the people you're hoping to get referrals from. One of the first tools you're going to get is a seller engagement email. I'll click on that and we'll pull that open. I do see a question, so we're going to jump into that question in just a minute. On the top of this seller engagement message is going to be your banner, a few pictures of the home, and also a bunch of graphics and a bunch of language saying, here's everything we're going to do to market your home. We got it ready for mobile, we got virtual tours, we got it on the web, we're on Facebook, blogs, Google, Craigslist, and then here's me, my nice picture, and here's my logo, right? That is designed to automatically go to you in your email box, take it, read it, forward it to your client. Impress them with all the tools you've got available to market their home. Because you want them impressed, because when you want the referral, they need to know that you've just done a ton of work to help them sell their home, right? So I got some questions here. I'm going to take a breath and answer a couple of those. Sorry, have to exit. Yeah. Okay, she's out. Great. So the e-flyers look like that. And I want to point this out because you can see there are a number of e-flyers. One of the most important things that you definitely want to look at is right here under the Edit Listing button. Again, inventory is tight. It's still tight, right? You all know this. The listings can come in. When they come in, they're just listed. After a few days, they go to active. You could also do it manually and say coming soon. You could say under contract, active contingent, just sold, right? And every time you change that, the flyer has a totally different look, right? I mean, it's got a big banner on it that says, "Oh, this is a different deal. This isn't the flyer I looked at a couple weeks ago. It's now just sold." So here's one here that's just sold. So let's look at this. I'm going to click that e-flyer button for this just sold, and when I go down, just sold is active. So let's click that, right? And when I click that, notice the message right on top. It's saying, our home is sold and Vince did an excellent job for us. Hard work paid off. We recommend him. Here's his email and phone number. So this is a pre-written testimonial designed in an e-flyer format and also for Facebook. And I'm going to actually send this one to myself so we can see what that looks like. Okay. So when I click send, it sends me the e-flyer and it sends me the Facebook ad. And it tells me right here, since this just got sent to you. And these things should automatically go to you, right? So when they go to you in your email, all you got to do is pick them up, forward them over to your client, and say, hey, if you could put that up on your wall, that'd be awesome. And here's what it looks like, okay? There's a bunch of stuff here for you to read and edit, but what's really the gist of this is what is between the two red lines at the bottom of this page. Our home is just sold. We want to recommend Vincent Meza doing an excellent job, right? So what is your client meant to do? They're meant to copy what's between the red lines. The instructions are up in this Facebook email. And they're meant to go over to Facebook and put it right on their wall. Not you put it on your wall. Don't put it on your business page. No. Tell your client to put it on their wall. And we've even had clients who, their kids get involved and they share it too. And that's awesome because all of these folks on Facebook, they've got like 200, 300, 500 friends that have never heard of you and have no idea you're in real estate. And now when they see this coming from their friends saying, oh, this guy is awesome, they can click anywhere in here, the picture, the see more, whatever. And this is all not only talking about you, but also designed to capture leads for you, okay? And you can see it saying the home is just sold, etc. So that's really the power of our Facebook tools that are our core tools to market listings and also our e-flyer tools, right? So we talked about the core ways of getting stuff out there. These are all free, and just as we'll move a little bit quicker, we auto upload to YouTube. Off to the right, we also create a WordPress blog for you, and you can post to WordPress. And then also we have a tool over to the right to post to Craigslist. Now, Craigslist is super important to real estate marketing a few years ago. About a year and a half ago, Craigslist did a major 180 with their website, and I'd probably say 95% of real estate agents walked away from Craigslist. The interesting thing, though, is that nobody on the consumer side walked away. It's the number 12 or 11 website in the country, tons of traffic. So it is harder for a consumer to get to you. But we have a lot of feedback from our clients saying we're still posting to Craigslist and we're getting good leads. We're getting fewer leads, but higher conversion because it's so much more painful for that consumer to get to us. It's not just a random click and they're on my website. They now got to jump through a few hoops to get to me. So it's worth your while to get your ads up on Craigslist. If you click this video, if you click any Craigslist button, a little pop-up pops up. And you can watch here to see how to post. And what it's going to tell you is take this little posting app, drag it up to your bookmark bar, and drop it in the bar, and it'll be like a tool, like a favorite. Once you open it up, or once you put it there, you can click on it, and it's going to show you all your listings, right? This is the actual app open now. Let's see here. I can do it. Things are moving a little bit slow for me. Now, it's not moving that fast. So, but the point is, there it is. Your listings, all of them are inside of this. So when you click this drop down, you can access all your listings right here. And then you change it and you just open up an ad on Craigslist and you copy and paste and it's all done. You're gonna have to upload your photographs right from your computer to Craigslist. That's one of the big changes that Craigslist made. So to see how all that works, you can watch this here, but it's gonna tell you grab this, drag it up here on your toolbar, and then open it up there and then kind of work from there. Still really important to be on Craigslist, no question about it. So these are kind of the core things going on. As I said, we're auto posting to WordPress. We set up a blog for you. Get these two red tools out, get the two blue tools out, and that's it. So that's kind of the core tools. That I'm going to jump into next is kind of Facebook, right? And I'm not going to go too deep into it because there are a lot of instructions. I'm going to show you what the tools look like, how to get them, and then we'll kind of move from there, right? But I will tell you a couple of other cool things. We talked about on the profile that we do have the Zillow reviews that can be auto-connected to your tools here. A couple of really interesting tools is a combined open house email. So if you have multiple open houses, you can you can basically have one link with a number of tools or a number of open houses. And then there's a really cool tool that a lot of people like, and they don't even know it's in here, but under more listing tools, QR code, that would take you to all your listings. But where it takes you to is right here. And a lot of folks like to use this, and they use it in ways different from us. Some people drive their Facebook traffic to it. Some people put it on, on print. They want everything to be seen here. One agent in Florida takes this link and puts it on Craigslist and gets like dozens of leads every day. So all of your listings are here, and every time you click on it, a single property website comes up, which is just surrounded by leads, right? So those are the kinds of tools that we have. They're just sort of unusual. We don't talk about them all the time, but if you see them, they're actually pretty powerful, and a lot of people get creative with them. We also have 800 number call capture. And so you could have like a sign writer, or we can integrate it into our property valuation page. And we also have it integrated into Craigslist ads, and I think we're going to move it into some of the other tools as well. We also have the video center here. So if you've got any kind of video, some agents have invested, thousands of dollars in video, but they don't know what to do with it. If it's on YouTube, you can pull it in to our platform and have it auto-associated to all of your listings or just some of your listings, and you can sort of set that up and work through here. Also, a good thing to point out is the tutorial FAQ section has all the instructions on all the things we're talking about here. So you can see I'm not driving into everything, but when you have a question, just go into tutorials FAQ and type in the search bar what you're looking for, and you'll get the instructions. Landing pages, landing pages, that's right. Yeah. So we're about to jump into landing pages, and that's really the Facebook stuff. Let's see here. Blog template leads. Your leads are here. Contact support is super important. We have about 4 people watching this box during the week all day long. So if you need a quick answer, this is the first place to go. Okay, just type it here. We also, it kind of creates a trouble ticket. We can see your ID and password so we know what account it's coming from. So somebody said landing pages. And landing pages, they're super exciting. I know everybody's hearing about them all across the country. And that's cool, and we're excited because our clients are getting so many leads from it. But the first place you should know about landing pages is actually this button right here, which says Facebook advertising. So let's click into it and look at what's here. Okay. Give me a second. So on this page, this is the support center. The number 1 says learn how to create a property valuation page right here. Right, so there's a video right here. Number 2 is here's how you run that ad on Facebook in under 2 minutes. Our most recent webinar covering Facebook is right here. This is an interview with Melanie Banks I mentioned at the beginning of the call. This is somebody who has taken our strategy, really applied it. She's getting a ton of leads and a lot of business. When she did this call with us, it was a live call in the summer of 2014, just last year, she was getting 1 new listing contract every week. Now, when you log in, I pointed out at the beginning of the call, Shannon Pyatt is taking the same strategy that we keep talking about and using it, and he's getting all kinds of business as well. So you can see the strategy here. You can hear about it with Shannon live. And then the rest, you know, is all right here. So you need to come here if you're going to get interested in landing pages in Facebook. You need to see that. But after you've seen that, you're going to go to this tab up here. This is landing pages. And these we've got a bunch of landing pages. We've got them for property valuation. We got them for free list foreclosures. Some for FSBOs, expireds. You can see all these strategies here. So what do we do to get a landing page, right? That's the first thing. So if you read it, and I always recommend you read what you write here. I know that agents don't like to do that. Create your pages here. Number 2, type in the farm. Type in your area. This could be a neighborhood. It could be a city. I'm going to type in Ventura, okay? Cool little town nearby. It could be, you know, towns and stuff like that, wherever your farm areas are. Just click save. Type in your city, click save. And once you do that, the page is going to kind of give you a little green message. We created your series successfully. I don't know if you can see that. It'll only be there for a couple seconds. What that means is I now have a Ventura page under every one of these landing pages. So I'm going to take us through, and I'm going to point it out here. What is your home worth? Property valuation, growing family, property valuation 2, and property valuation plus are all designed for seller lead capture. Okay? They look different, they act different, and you should test them all out before you run a single ad. Okay? You'll see what the auto response looks like, you'll see what the consumer sees, you'll see how it works. So do that. Okay? But I'm going to drive in on this property valuation plus, and we're going to kind of walk through what that looks like. So your new landing pages are going to show up, and they're going to look like this. You see the town that I just typed in, Ventura. Over here it says see landing page. It also says edit landing page. Click edit landing page to change the background photo. We definitely recommend it. And I'm going to click see landing page so you can see what it looks like. Okay? And let's see here. Give me a second. This is the default page. And just to point out, both Melanie and Shannon and pretty much everyone that talks with us will confirm this, is that while that is a pretty picture and it might look similar to your neighborhoods, you definitely want to make sure that that picture looks like your area. Because somebody's going to see that on Facebook, or they're going to see it anywhere they're going to see it, and you want to make sure that they know that's relevant, that that's not just some big national ad running. They want to know, like, oh, this person knows my area. I've got a landing page right here for Lafayette, and I'm going to click on see landing page. And when you click on see landing page here, this is not the default picture, right? This is the Lafayette Reservoir. There's a little 2.5-mile walk. Everybody that lives in Lafayette, they walk their dogs over here, they walk their strollers and all that. Everybody in Lafayette knows this. So if somebody sees this, they're going to know that we're talking about a local place here. So we recommend that you don't put a picture of a home, a single home, unless every home looks exactly the same in your town. But maybe a downtown, maybe a skyline, maybe a broader Google map of the area, something like that, and put that as the background. Okay. Now you can see on the video that was on that Facebook page on the front page of how to do that, but basically you're going to do that in edit listing. So these tools, let's go back and kind of finish that. Here's kind of the process. You put in your zip code and or you put in your address, and when you do that, it's going to basically take you down the steps of, okay, now that we have your address, confirm our information, and all of the landing pages are kind of slightly different. This is Property Valuation Plus, and I'm going to walk through it because it does have some things. And I just typed in a random address. If it was an actual residential property, it would show the bedroom stuff, and then we get a confirmation. And it'll also show the property on Google Maps over on the right. Things are running a little bit slow here because I got recording software and I got GoToMeeting. But you can see this is a residential, this is not a residential property. It looks like some kind of office building. But once you put this together, let's see here, I'm just going to kind of put some information here so we can follow the steps. You can then say, let's see here, excellent condition, give me the information, and it takes us to the next section. The Property Valuation Plus page has a built-in Zillow valuation, okay? And you can see it's kind of hidden in the back, and it's saying, great, if you want that valuation, put in your contact info. A lot of people like this. They like the fact because they're able to get more and higher quality leads with this page. But some people don't want to deal with a Zillow valuation, and so we have all these other landing pages over here under the landing page dashboard that I pointed out here, 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 and here that you can also use to capture listing leads. So that's kind of the story, everybody. We talked about some of the cool, interesting tools that we don't always think about. We talked about setup and our profile. We talked about how to market listings. We talked about the landing pages that are here. So do you have any questions? Are there any questions or things that we haven't discussed that you'd like to hear about before we get off the call? So I will say one thing then about how to get your listings in here. Normally when you sign up, we're going to go look at and see if we've got a listing feed and we can get your listings in. We might send you some instructions. If not, you can use the grab active listing button and we'll grab that off of, if it's on Trulia, all you need to do is drop in the MLS listing ID for that property and also the zip code, and we'll pull it from there with the photographs into the system for you. Of course, you could do it manually, and we do recommend actually that you do enter some things manually if you can mark it coming soon, because inventory is tight, and if you do want to market and get more leads, it's really pretty smart to do something that's coming soon. Let's see if I have something here to show you what I'm talking about. So there is also a column, speaking of Facebook, called Listing Landing Page. And I'm clicking on a coming soon landing page. This is our default look. I think it's our default look. It's looking like, yeah. So when you get a new listing, this is kind of a default landing page for your property. It's got a banner on the top. It's got a little lead capture on the right. If you have property description, it'll be underneath the photo, but it's a small photo, right? And you can certainly use this. This does capture leads, but we also have the ability to market this as a landing page with a much more interesting look. And we'll click on the landing page button one more time. And we could market it looking like this, and give it just a second to fully upload here. You can upload a picture of the home, of the kitchen, of the living room, of the yard, and market the listing like this. So part of that Facebook strategy is we definitely recommend that you run listing landing pages for $1, $2, $3 a day for just a few days to let people know you got homes for sale, homes coming soon, not on the MLS, schedule a showing before it hits the MLS. All kinds of stuff like that, and of course just sold. It tells the market that you are actually in real estate, that you've got homes coming and going, and then there's also some lead capture there, okay? So in order to take a page from here, which is the default look, and make it look like this, click this button right up here where you have it underlined. The instructions on how to change that are right there. Okay, so it says listing landing page at the top of the column. Click that and it'll show you. Oh, let's see here. How about analytics? Analytics, oh, that's a good question. Not many people look at that. That's a good question. So analytics are up here, and this shows you ad views and click-throughs. When you go to the e-flyer button on any listing, there is an actual traffic report that shows you the address, shows you your banner, shows you your contact information, and it says, here's the tools you're using, here's how many ad views you have on that tool. And that ad view could be like mobile, it could be on a blog, and then it shows you the click-throughs, right? And so you can see that I've got tools here that are kind of popping up on the left. Where am I marketing? Where is it getting viewed? And then on the right, or in every column, what are the click-throughs? How many people are actually clicking a link that says Lafayette Homes for Sale or Maple Grove Homes for Sale or whatever homes for sale and getting to my website? That's the overall analytics. And that's what, and you can see that to kind of see what's going on in your account. And there's also a traffic report under the e-flyer button that really drives that down to the particular listing. Okay, so thanks for that question. That's a good one. Back on the home page, just a reminder, the number 2 green button here, Facebook advertising, shows you what you need to know regarding Facebook and landing pages. So definitely use that. Getting started, you might want to look through that. Open house is really powerful, whether it's your listing or not. The listing presentation, our clients love it. It's really comprehensive. It's not the sexiest presentation, but it talks about everything we do, and pretty much everything we do, if you haven't gathered it from this listings page, it's very hard for a real estate agent to do everything that Listings to Leads does easily, right? It just is hard. So most real estate agents won't do all this. They'll do a couple of these things, and that's it. You're going to come in with a listing presentation saying, oh, I've got all kinds of ways to market, right? And here's, by the way, underneath the left-hand side of every one of these listings, your address is underlined. Click that, and this is a checklist that you should take alongside of our listing presentation. And it says, here's everything I'm doing. This is everything I'm going to do to market your home. I'm going to take great pictures. I'm going to write content. I'm going to market it as just listed. I'm going to market it all these ways at open house. Print this, show it to them, walk them through. They're going to be blown away by what they've seen. If you watch the show that pops up every day when you log in, he talks about how he presents our stuff, and he just is crushing it in listing presentations with our platform and with his own spin. It's definitely worth listening to. So I will remind you that right here on the top is our training calendar, and you can register. We even got a couple that are recorded, like this one here, the open house one. Our tutorials are up here with things that are recorded. Anything that's underlined in this blue bar has a recording, step-by-step instruction. And if we don't have any more questions, I'm going to thank everybody for your time today. I am going to upload this and put it on YouTube and put it on our Facebook page. So if you are not following us on Listings to Leads, definitely reach out to us. Follow us on Facebook at listingstoleads.com. I'll have this up here in a few hours, and so you can watch us again later.